So, how do you use email well? How do you use it with heart and humor to share your message and grow your business? I want to tell you 3 things. Number 1, balance promotion with useful information. You've probably heard this from other people if you've been studying marketing or internet marketing at all, but it's so important, I think it bears repeating. So make sure that the bulk of what you send out to people are things that would be perceived as valuable. And that could include your e-zine, your blog posts, invitation to free calls, bonus articles, even I think in some cases referrals to other people's services, although those... And you want to make sure that you're doing more of that compared to standalone emails that you send out that are actually making an offer and inviting people to buy. So there's 2 ways that you can balance generous info with your promotion. One is email by email. So as I just described, you might have emails that are perceived simply as generously sharing your information and other emails that are perceived as promotional. You can also balance it by combining the 2, and I've done this sometimes with my special promotional series where I'll do a countdown and every day I'll share a tip, which is generous, useful, practical information you can use without purchasing from me. And at the end of that email, I will have a short promotion encouraging people to take the next step and buy. The second thing that is important if you're going to use email well and with heart and humor is to really be careful about the tone. Again, if you use a kind of hysterical tone, I think people do notice and I think they feel it. And I really enjoy the emails I get that feel personal, that feel to me like they're being written by a real person who has something going on in their lives. I do like emails that sometimes share a little personal information about what they're doing in that moment when they're sitting down to write the email. And to really keep your tone as engaging and as playful as you can. And then finally, I do think it's important to sometimes let your list rest. So I do try when I've done a big promotional push to let the list rest. I do keep up my e-zines and my notification of what's new on the blog, but I really cool it with some of the extra emails if I can, for a week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, just so people can kind of catch their breath and so that it feels a little different the next time something comes through. And by the way, there's 2 really clever ways you can do that I want to share with you. One is that I do focus most of my promotional emails to a sub-list of my full list. So if my full list is everyone who's on the list, the sub-list will usually be people who've opted in for something specific. So for example, if I do a preview teleclass, I will often send a follow-up email about the program that class was talking about. I will follow up just with the people who signed up for that class, not necessarily with everybody on my list. Or I may have a new program, product, or service that I focus on promoting to someone who bought a previous product, who I think is going to have a higher level of interest. So if I am going to do multiple promotional emails, I really focus them on a smaller group that in some way has indicated a higher level of interest. So I hope this has given you a way to rethink how you feel both about receiving emails from people whose lists you've subscribed to, and about sending emails to your own list. Sending email can be an incredible way to build rapport and to generate more sales. And I want you to know that you can do it with heart and humor. So what do you think? What are you going to do differently now? I'd love to know. Please post your comments below.